I here I'm going to weld a pipe up through to the floor and drill a hole through the floor and weld a washer on the pipe with a bolt sticking through it that I can bolt to the top floor, then weld it around that edge to make that just a little bit stronger, because I prefer to jack on it, and you're actually not supposed to. You're supposed to jack either here or in there, but I prefer jacking there, so I'm going to reinforce that. So I'm not going to paint that just yet. But anyway, I got my first coat of this primer underneath here. It was it was a bit of a job. Wherever the rust was, actually I painted everything. And the flex lines in the back, I painted them too, but I plan on replacing them. They're pretty rusty. There's where the gas tank goes. Anyway, it turned out pretty decent. I'll be taking this down because I have to finish welding this edge right here when I have this bolt out, and I'm putting new bushings here. So when I take this assembly down to put new shocks and springs and bushings in, and brakes, I'll paint that all up and paint this after I weld it and stuff. So anyway, it looks half decent. And I'm glad I painted it first, because it was hard to spray in here and get that edge without getting it out here. But I'm rock guarding out to here and then refining it from here up with yellow. But I'll be painting this yellow, but I'll be rock guarding this corner. But anyway, I ran the one quart that I had. It used it all. And I just barely got one coat done, and I didn't even get a couple sprays in a couple spots before I ran out. And I had a bit of a time figuring out just how to put the gun back together after I cleaned it. I didn't clean it cosmetically good, but I did clean the technical parts in here good. And so anyway, underneath my bench, I found this. This is a gallon of the same stuff. It's been here sitting for 21 years, and it sat at my other house for 20 years. So that makes this gallon 40 years old. And it anyway, it was liquid, 3 inches of liquid and rock on the bottom. So I took a big screwdriver and broke it all up. It took me like an hour and a half. Broke it all up in little pieces. Crushed it and stirred and stirred and stirred. And then I hooked the drill up to this thing and spent half an hour swirling it around. And also I dumped probably half an inch or so reducer in it. So anyway, this, when I'm ready to put another coat on everything, because I'd like to get up around the frame and in behind the front bumper and all in around the control arms and the inner fender there and stuff, in the front firewall going up. So, and I want to put another coat on everything underneath the car. Plus, it with a brush, I'll be painting all the floor in here with it. So, it's kind of handy that I managed to save it, because it was one of those, what a shame. A whole gallon that never got used went bad. But I broke it up, and it's it's back. It's back. When I put the reducer and strain it into the little thing, there. Tomorrow or the next day or so, when I get the frame part off and get ready to finish welding that little tiny bit and get ready to put my second or third coat on everything, I'll pull that out and dump some into it and use my little cup things here. It should be all good. I'm planning on covering it up with something before I'm done, but I'd like to have more than one coat. And as I said, some spots I have it quite thin. So, but anyway, it turned out good. It's the gun worked perfect. It did drip a little bit, but it did drip, but it kept spraying, like upside down. It had no problem spraying. Yeah, it worked good. So anyway, see you later.